Okay, I'm going to show you one technique for up potting a plant that is fairly root bound. We're going to try to up pot and save these annuals that came in 4-inch pots last year and up pot them into a larger pot. And I'm just using a white pot here, but remember, this is a branded plant, so it needs to go in an actual brand, same brand. Otherwise, we would be violating a patent or a legal requirement. So to get it out, I just put my hands over the plant like this, tip it over. Sometimes it needs to be squeezed a little bit. This one came right out. As you can see pretty easily, this is fairly root bound. It's very nice. It's just been watered, so it's pretty nice and soft. One technique for you want to tease these roots a little bit before you plant it in the new pot. Otherwise, it's just going to keep growing around and around and around in circles, and it won't get healthier. And we don't want that. We want to try to raise these up to a bigger thing. So one thing you can do is just kind of take your fingers and pull these roots gently away. And if you break some, it's okay. We're just going to kind of ease this up. Another technique people do is just squeeze it, kind of loosen that soil up around there, and that does work pretty well. You want to make sure you don't do that over your new soil. You don't want to transfer anything from this plant down into fresh soil. So if you see, I'm just pulling this back. Sometimes it's really tough to do, so if you have to, you can actually take a pruner that's clean and just snip a little bit here and there, maybe underneath. You might have to do that, or you can even actually use it as sort of a thing to pull with, kind of like taking a fork or something else, pulling that. So these are really bound right here, so I'm going to really kind of pull those. You see how that's coming loose like that, and they're kind of sticking out now, and that's great. You just want to kind of get them loose like that, and you can actually come down on the sides and kind of do the same thing, and you're kind of trying to make it have a bad hairdo. Okay, instead of all plastered down, we want them loose like this. So the next thing you'll do is I'm going to put that down for a second. You're going to fill your pot. And one of the things I like to do is take the pot it was growing in, kind of put a little soil in here and put this pot so it's kind of even with the top, and then fill in around it like this with new soil. If you get some in the old pot, that's okay. You're just going to dump it out. So what you're going to end up with is a space about the size of where the plant was growing before. And I just kind of pack it around a little bit like that. So if you look at this now, I've got it kind of like that. Now when I pull that out gently, I've got a hole there. Now the next thing I do is I take my plant. I've got a little bucket of water right here. I dip it in some of that water. Yeah, some of that soil is going to come off. Then I stick it down in here, and it's potted. Put it at the same level it was growing at, not above, not below. And then we'll water it with some rooting and starting fertilizer. Give it a good drink of that, which I don't have in this video, but you know how to do that already. So that's how you do it, and hopefully that's one way to do it. Now hopefully that helps you understand what you're going to do when you're up potting a root bound plant like these. Make sure also you put your label in. That's all.